Hello everybody and welcome back live to the final race of the evening here on your Simraceway GP Anniversary Championship live from the Brands Hatch Circuit in Kent in the United Kingdom. We've seen some breathtaking action so far and this is the pinnacle of your Sunday entertainment. So it's not that long left until we come to the end of our action here today, but before we do, we've got one big race left. This one's the A race. As we say, the B race was absolutely spectacular. An outside pass around Paddock Hill Bend on the opening lap set the tone for things to come, and it truly ended up being one of the most remarkable races in recent Simraceway history, and definitely one contender for Race of the Year. So by the way, my name's Liam Jenkins, and I will be calling all of the action for you as the races progress here today. You can't join us during the qualifying session. Shadow Bounty with 5 minutes to go is your fastest driver. Lounge in second, Blue Fatality third, Stuntman Mike in fourth. Sean 24 is in fifth place with Weebles Fall in sixth, making his return today. AGO 6 in seventh. Andre Passer is in 8th place. And he's been demoted to 9th as Jamie overtakes him. Cunera is been demoted to 10th. Luke Sky 11th. 12th Cortese 13th Kens. And the dominant race winner from last time out, Anxiety. So Anxiety's already driven 25 laps of this circuit today. It wouldn't surprise me if he comes out and maybe even gets a midfield result here. We all know he's capable. Very fast driver. Easily about half a second quicker than the rest of the field during the race last time out. Let's see what the A race has in store for young Anxiety. Looking okay so far, just monitoring how the steering wheel's going compared to last time in. A bit of nerve for sure. He goes through 13, very aggressive on the early curb, and you can see that's the result of it, just coming across a bit too tightly as he heads down in towards Hawthorns, I should say. But either way now, they make his way through Westfield and in towards Dingledale. And Anxiety needs a good time here today. Try and prove to himself he's deserving a shot back at the A race once again. Sweeps the car in now nice and easy through Sterling's corner and out towards Clearways, or would be Clearways. At least this one is Clark Curve, so through will come out of the Clearways and onto the final corner. So down the main straight he comes. What was that time be? He is 9th, so not a bad effort there by Anxiety. So another on the pole. Oh, big spin there for Sean 24. Massive spin. Speed of like 130 miles an hour, I think that was there. And he's got the car slowed down, but that's going to be a big dent in his qualifying bid, isn't it? We've got Shadow Bounty, who's currently fastest. Down to second. Weebles from third. Stuntman Mike in fifth. Luke Sky's still 6th at the moment. We've still got 1 minute 25 left of qualifying to go, so still a lot can change. Currently the only man inside the 1 minute 10 is Shadow Bounty at 1 minute 10.734. Lounger at 1:11.685. So no one's doing it, and surprisingly as well, Shadow Bounty having done the most laps of anyone with 9 laps in a 10-minute session. That's impressive. And Lounger, Weebles Fall, Blue Fatality and Stuntman Mike round out the rest of your top 5. Luke Sky there in 6th, only a margin away there for being inside the top 5. Sean 24 is still 7th, Cunera 8th. Variety about a few hundreds away in 9th. AGO 6 in 10th. 11th Jamie, 12th Andre Passer, 13th Kens, and 14th G Cortese. But the whole field separated by just 3 seconds. Very, very closely tight-knitted field here as we come towards the end of this qualifying session. Just 15 seconds remaining until the checkered flag drops and the drivers get to complete the lap that they're on. Jamie over the line in 11th, takes the checkered flag and moves to 6th. So a lackluster lap there. Jamie gets himself in the top half of the field. A brilliant effort indeed. Shadow Bounty's in the pits. Lounger is as well. That leaves it all down to stuntman Mike, who's looking very ragged on his run down to Clearways. There he goes out to the final corner, past the VIP boxes and hotel on the left. All the attractions there as well. The pit lane and the commentary box on the right, and over the line he goes. And he stays third. Weebles fall in the pits. Fatality, Jamu. Anxiety goes 7th. A big improvement there for Anxiety. And I believe that's going to be the end of the qualifying session very, very shortly. We're just waiting on AG06 to finish his lap. He should be down in about, I'd say about 20 seconds until the end of AG06. He's just heading up towards Clearways now under the Advan Yokohama tyre bridge. Nice and early apex, drifted a bit too wide, but didn't hinder his lap time and oversteered too much. Over the line he goes, and it's an improvement. Oh, he goes 8th, so nice improvement at the end for AG06. But it's Shadow Bounty who will start this race from the front of the grid. So welcome back live here to Brands Hatch for the third round of the GP Anniversary Championship. It's Shadow Bounty on pole, and now you're in second. Will there be another lackluster manoeuvre around Paddock Hill Bend? Nestle Downton doesn't get the best of start as the two-wide field stride into the first corner. They were looking very strong to do that. No real casualties just yet. They want to jinx on it as they fly in towards the Druid's hairpin. It's all looking very neat and tidy. I'm actually very impressed. I thought if it was definitely me in those shoes, there would be some contact by now. I would have accidentally slammed into someone. Luke Sky goes off. Cortese follows in the Global Rallycross Championship, and he's going to struggle to turn that one round, isn't he? Yeah, so Cortese's race doesn't really get off to a flyer, but he's going to do his best to whip it back onto the circuit anyway. So unfortunately not the best start, and obviously 40 laps of Brands Hatch may or may not require a pit stop. Just wait and see how the cars go. And a big contact there. Now that was with Radio 6, and that was 10:24:7 as well. So involved in a bit of an incident. Now that was prior to, if I'm right, Dingle and Dell. So it would have been Westfield Corner. The two cars come together. Now making their way through clear race are Anxiety and Jamie. Anxiety making his way up to 6th place there. So the winner of the E-race earlier on now finding his way just outside the top 5. He's looking extremely competitive right now. Can he get into turn number 1? Not quite, but Paddock Hill Bend very competitive, really. Side by side there, our Blue Face Hurricane Stuntman might holding on just for the moment. They go now in towards Surtees corner, just coming out of Graham Hill Bend. Surtees for the second time at 40 today. Shadow Bounty absolutely flying out front. Someone's been drinking Red Bull before the race. 6.8 seconds is the current distance between himself and the car behind him, so it really is absolutely flying. We've already seen some brilliant racing here today in the B race. I'm sure it's only going to continue. I think that got a little bit damaging on the speaker side of things. Lounger, then Jamie, then Fatality, then Andre, Pass, then Anxiety. And then you've got Sean 24 as well, who's doing his absolute best to stay with Anxiety at the moment. He's made some great progress, as we've said already, since the start of his race. No, it's moved blocked. Not what he wanted at all, with a field passer towards Druids for another time. And take a short break in second, and we'll be right back with you. Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you haven't really been too much in the way of overtaking. What you have missed is Anxiety mounting a charge for P5 against Andre Pass, so he's become the hunter instead of the hunted. He's already all over that rear end. He's doing very well to keep him at bay there as we go in towards the Druid's hairpin. Anxiety weaving around, desperately looking for some sort of manoeuvre. He slams the door with authority. Anxiety just looking for a little bit more as they make their way now going out of Graham Hill Bend again in that midfield, looking ever so feisty. Which is behind Sean, you've got Weebles, Forley was in a bit of an incident earlier on. But now finds himself trying to turn them both back round in these early stages. We're only a tenth of the way through the race here today. And now as they make their way through the double right hand, just going out of Westfields in towards Dingle and Dell. Very, very tense few moments for these drivers. One thing is for sure though is that they can't be hanging around in group of 4 cars. They have to start separating or thinking outside the box because, as we said before, very narrow, very difficult to overtake, and that's what separates it from some of the other UK circuits. Places like Alton Park, whilst they may be narrow, whilst they may be undulating, they don't offer the same overtaking opportunities that Brands Hatch doesn't have, for instance. So whilst Alton Park is which, and is that going to be, and as you know, it's not, as Andre takes it back on the inside. What a move there. As well, if there are any technical difficulties through this, we believe we got to the bottom of them, and you can enjoy the glorious Lotus 88B with their full sound, because these are beautiful cars. You really cannot ask for a more exquisite sound than these. So after lap number 6, then it's still showing Bounty that does lead the charge, with Jamie in 2nd, Lounger in 3rd, Blue Fatality 4th, Andre in 5th, Sean in 6th, 7th is Weebles Fall, but only just there. Sean 24, so Garty now 6th, 8th after being 6th previously. Apex and Sean now the attack. I'm Brendan. A whole lot more interest in his Weebles on the inside. He's forward back, attacking this circuit. In towards clearaways they go. Stuntman Mike storms through the bridge behind Luke Sky. And over the start-finish line to start another lap of the circuit, but my goodness me. This has been quite the race so far, and Anxiety there just getting a little bit out of shape, and he's got to be very careful about how he approaches the next few moments. And we just again, yeah, apologise if there are any technical difficulties. We are trying to get to the bottom of them as soon as we can. But right now, all the battles are happening right at the tail end of the pack. We've got 4 drivers battling over one position on a circuit which is not known for overtaking. It's simply fantastic to watch. Anxiety doing everything he can to mount his charge back on the top 5 as that position begins to escape him. And talking of escaping, I think Weebles Fall almost escaped the circuit there, went extremely wide. Again, maybe training for some global rallycross techniques. He's now down to 11th position after that slight moment. But now out to the final corner goes Luke Sky, still chasing Anxiety down with everything he has. Over the start-finish line, lap 8 of 40. And these 4, you could really just throw a blanket over them, they're that close. Shadow Bounty, though, at the front of the field has a 21-second lead after just a few moments. So look at this, 8 laps in, and it's a 27-second lead to Shadow Bounty, absolutely flying. But Jamie, Lounger, Fatality and Sean all still very much alive at the moment. They're doing everything in their power to bring their top 10 battles to life. Obviously, round 3 of the championship of a 4-round, with 1 round being expelled, essentially. So your best 3 results count, which means that you get to this stage, you've had 2 bad races so far. This is where they have to start making it count. They have to start trying to get these big results in. Top 5s are a necessity. And off the track, oh, I thought off the track there was G Cortese, but I think it was a bit of a lag spike. Luckily, he's still going, and he's still trying to chase Frackie and Error in P11. And on to Druid's hairpin. They're side by side for Andre Pass and Anxiety. And the two drivers neck and neck. Anxiety up the inside of Graham Hill Bend. Defiant driving there by Anxiety. And he moves up to 6th position. And that was a very, very tense moment indeed. Anxiety with just enough courage, just enough charisma to make that move stick. That was extremely close. They were, well, any closer, they would have been certain contact. Stuntman Mike and Luke Sky, also two very close drivers. Yeah, so you do believe we've got some problems at the moment, but we've got a bit of radio coverage for you until the visual problems resume. So battle still raging on there with Luke Sky in 9th, Stuntman Mike in 8th, and Andre Passer in 11th. So going into clearways for the 9th time. Mike almost looked to the inside, couldn't quite get it done. Andre Passer's race slowly going backwards as Luke Sky positions his car up the inside. He'll be on the outside on the run down to Hawthorns. But towards the rear end of the field is where all the action's been taking place so far. We're currently on lap 10 of 40, almost 11, as Shadow Bounty crosses the line to start another lap, lap 11 underway. The battle for second also could be getting pretty heated soon, as Jamie and Lounger, they're making their way through the final corner as we speak. Into turn number 1 go, the duo battling for second. So Jamie in front of Lounger at the moment. A 1:13.6 for Lounger and a 1:13.7 that time round for Jamie. So in turn, the 3rd position man a little bit faster. Catching is one thing now and passing it's another here at Brands Hatch. But still, look at all that action you've got in the rear end of the field. We've got plenty of cars all vying for position at the moment. Kent in 13th, a little bit far adrift, but Weebles full and Andre Passer looking extremely tentative in 9th and 10th at the moment. And now I think Weebles full maybe fancies his chances as he makes his way down in towards Hawthorn corner. And you get it on the inside of the apex, a very tricky corner to make a pass on. And that almost ended in tears as they're going towards Westfield. And now they'll sweep the car left very shortly through Sterling's, the 9th and 10th pairing. Just up in front of them, Luke Sky, who's trying to chase Stuntman and Anxiety. That's 6th, 7th and 8th positions. But the main bulk of the relentless action is coming from the rear end of the field, as we established earlier. G. Cortese 11th, now putting a very big assault on the back of Andre Passer through Paddock Hill Bend into Druids. Still no side-by-side action just yet, though. Has to be expected here at Brands. It's all about the long game. And we'll try and fill you in with all the pit stop information as we receive it as well, or if there are any penalties. But the driver's doing a lot of hard work behind the wheel of the legendary 88B at the moment, as Lounger almost looks to the inside of Hawthorn for a move on Jamie 1 there. Over the double apex, and now Lounger looks to just make his move very well known, or make his intentions very clear at least, as he can try and dive to the inside, but Jamie just about holding on with everything he's got. They'll approach clearways for the 12th time. We'll give you an update on lap times as we receive them. So Shadow Bounty a 112.706. What will Jamie 1 be in second? He manages a 114.0. And that is how fast the Shadow Bounty is going. I'm wondering actually if Shadow Bounty will be stopping soon. That's a lot faster. If that tank is still a full tank of fuel, then he is just absolutely lightning fast around the circuit located just outside of Kent here in the United Kingdom. An update as to what's going on back in that Goliath battle we've got in 8th, 9th and 10th. I think it may be 11th as well now. Cortese holding on very nicely indeed in 11th position, is trying to stay on the back of Weebles full before it's too late. But still a lot of tension now, actually, as Luke Sky goes a little bit wide from 8th position there. I was just on the exit of Sterling's, if I'm not mistaken. As the whole field make their way down in towards the final corner for the 13th time today. Maybe a time to start thinking about pit stops. And they'll swoop through the first corner unscathed. A little bit wide there, though, for Ondrej Passer, but nothing too ungracious. As he looks to just try and keep that 9th place alive for a bit more as the field bunch up ever so tightly on their way down in towards Graham Hill Bend. But Axvarti P7, though, bear in mind, this man was the one who won the 900 to 1100 B race and has been therefore promoted to the A race and somewhat put on a very good showing so far here today. And they're just getting away out of traffic, I think. Now it's not, so Sean 24's had a big off there. Stuntman Mike is able to go through and Sean is right in the clutches of Axvarti. So Axvarti is already trying to push his way back through. And he can't quite make it just yet, but that battle now for P5, that's where Axvarti wants to be. Oh, bit wide there for Axvarti though through the first corner. The stuntman P5 just about keeping his own at the moment. So we've got 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th. All very close. Then 10th, 11th and 12th also very close together. So a run through of the orders. Shadow Bounty in first is 46 seconds clear of Jamie 1 at the moment. Absolutely sensational. Over the start finish line he goes. A 1:12.3. 2 seconds a lap faster than the man in second. Jamie's, I think, half the reason he's not catching the race leader is he's struggling to keep Lounger at bay. Those two drivers make their way onto the pit straight once again. And Lounger all over the back of him, about 7/10 clear. And a 1:13 from Lounger and a 1:13.3 from Jamie. So the two still losing time on Shadow Bounty, hand over fist. Jamie just still, to me, looks a lot under pressure, but he's doing it in such a way where the pressure's getting to him, but because this nature of the circuit is so narrow, it's meaning that any mistake he makes, as long as those four wheels stay on the tarmac, he can correct the slide, and Lounger's not able to convert it into a successful overtaking manoeuvre, and that is why he's been able to hold on to second position so well. Jamie, Lounger, Blue Fatality, Stuntman, Sean, Axvarti, Ondrej Passer. Now this is where it gets interesting. Oh, it's contact there! And that is Weeble's fall that's gone off. And that's just out of Sheen Curve, I believe. Yeah, just going into... Oh, he's out of the race. He's retired. A massive shunt for Weeble's fall. Side by side, he was with Luke Sky 80. And now someone else is off as well. That's Cortese. Out of nowhere, dropping like flies. So hopefully that rate of attrition stops very soon. We're only on lap 16 out of 40 here, gentlemen. Just calm down, keep the car on the circuit. Don't do anything too abrasive. And out of the pits there, that looked like Axvarti. Now, as Axvarti had a drive-through, because he's come out of the pits now in 10th, defending very heavily against G. Cortese into Druids. And although it's not going to be defending much longer at this rate, because Cortese is putting moves on him left, right and centre. At the inside of Surtees, no avail. Axvarti is able to maintain his position this one time. But I can't see him in for much longer though. Cortese is looking like he is on an absolute charge. And look at that, they were neck and neck as they go through Hawthorne. And they're making their way in towards Westfield. Look how close they are. You can almost feel The rubber of the tyres snapping together. Cortese all over, effectively bump drafting him around this Brands Hatch circuit, pushing him towards Luke Sky. And now Lounger just about keeping his car in reaching distance of Jamie 1. Those two drivers making their way into the back GP section of the circuit. 4 tenths apart, 50. They're over a minute away now from Shadow Bounty. So it wouldn't surprise me if Shadow Bounty pits in around lap 20, lap 25, because there's no way it can be that much faster on a full tank of fuel. But will he have enough time to get in and get out again? That'll be the deciding factor here, I think, that's for sure. Oh, Jamie with a big slide! Going out of Sheen and in towards Sterling's. Lounger says thank you very much. His hand will be in the air, fist pumping after that one. He's been wanting that move for a very long time. So Lounger moves to second as he goes over the start-finish line. Then Jamie now left following in his dust. And it'll be a very aggravated man. Lounger's off. Oh, he spins into the wall on the pit straight. A complete pirouette slams head on into the barrier. He keeps the car going, but he's down to fourth, just ahead of Stuntman Mike. And I think he just got a wheel on the grass. That is such a shame. Anyway, through they go under the bridge in towards Hawthorne again. This is absolutely spectacular stuff. Anything a race fan will want to see or hear in this case has just been cleared up and brought to us by the fans. I've never seen as much action as this before here at Brands Hatch. It just keeps getting better and better as time goes on. The battle for second now pretty much out of sight as Lounger's down to P4. Almost P5. He's had another off there, Lounger. Now Stuntman Mike is trying to get around the outside of Clark Curve, and he can't make that one stick as they go onto the final pit straight once again. Into turn number 1, swooping through goes Stuntman Mike. Lounger maintaining his ground, but we're almost halfway through this race. Shadow Bounty just making his way through the back end of the circuit in towards Sterling's. Start lap number 21 to mark us the official halfway point. Cortese receives a bit of a warning there from the race administrator. And he's moving very slowly. Now he speeds up again. I'm wondering if there's been some sort of incident or something. But either way, Cortese down to 11th and miles away from the driver he was chasing, Anxiety. Anxiety has now got his eyes full of Fracchionera. And looking like Varty now pushing his way through to try and catch Fracchionera, but it's just been, I think, a little too much of a tall order for him at this stage. We've only had one retirement so far, though, however, and that has been Weeble's fault, and, well, AGO6 as well, if that comes back on lap 5. So I'll give you a full run-through of the order currently then, after the very shaken-up Brands Hatches once again, giving us a completely different order as to what we all speculated at first. So it's Shadow Bounty that leads with Jamie in second, Blue Fatality third, fourth place Stuntman Mike, fifth Sean 24, sixth Andre Passer, seventh place is Luke Sky 80, only just from Lounger at the moment. Fracchionera in ninth, Varty 10th, and G Cortese 11th, with Ken's 24/7 in 12th, and out of the race both Weeble's Full and AGO6. So Shadow Bounty a minute and 4 seconds ahead, still showing no signs of that pace going anywhere either. His lap time's still in the 1 minute 12s, and I'll give you an update next time he crosses the line. But still no sign of Shadow Bounty letting up or even making a slight error just yet. He's just been absolutely in form. There's been no sense of mistake, no sense of desperation. This is just sheer driving ability by Shadow Bounty and this classic Lotus 88B. Either way, here he comes over the start-finish line. Then let's give you an update as to what's going on in terms of his lap time at 1:11.9. He's getting faster. The tyres aren't going away. It's like someone's just replacing his tyres and fuel as he's going round. He's just got a pit crew running by the side of his car, just attaching new parts. The man is absolutely flying. JMU number 1 is in second. Third place is Blue Fatality, now being hounded very strongly by Stuntman Mike in fourth. Sean 24 is fifth place. Andric Passer in sixth. Luke Sky in 7th, 8th place Fraccionera, 9th Anxiety, 10th is Lounger, 11th G Cortese, and that battle's all starting to heat up very nicely indeed as Anxiety is stuck in the middle between Lounger and attacking Fraccionera on the run down in towards the final corner once again. Lap 22 of 40 here at Brands Hatch. Anxiety back to where he started in P9. He also had a bit of an off there. Lounger's lagged out. I think he may be retired. He's out with the camper vans actually. So I think he may have actually retired. I think he has. Yeah, so Lounger's, I'm pretty sure, out the race. Yeah, Lounger retires, and that's a real shame. A real shame indeed, because he was looking so strong earlier on. Absolutely good until just one slight error, and the internet once again proving to be such a prevalent issue. Stuntman Mike now really over the back of Blue Fatality, and the two make contact. They're off. They're over to the barriers. Both of them going towards Sterling's. They're racing to get back on track. Stuntman Mike carries on. His run down to clearways does not get changed. Sean 24 is now fourth, and Blue Fatality will be feeling pretty blue after that one. Slammed away. Very difficult corner to make a pass through on the run down towards Sterling's anyway. Absolute heroic until that moment there. Blue Fatality now sits just inside the top 5, and he's really going to struggle. Really going to struggle to try and get that race turned around. We've still got another 25 laps of racing, but I've just got a feeling that it's not going to be as easy as he makes out. And a nice little duel also forming there with Luke Sky and Andric Passer. What can Luke Sky do as he makes his way under the bridge through the elevation change? He just still can't quite pull it off just yet. Through the double apex, the two drivers go. Luke Sky looking very much like he's about to attack on Drake Pass, but no success to date. If you are just joining us, apologies, we don't have video for you at the moment. It's just radio commentary for this race because we've seen some fantastic racing, but unfortunately tech issues have plagued us once again. It's not taken away from the quality of racing though. And still side by side, almost our Anxiety and Fraccionera, but not as close as you would have hoped. Also, we've now got Andric Passer and Luke Sky. So Luke again consistent in 7th. I think Luke Sky has been one of the most consistent drivers of the championship so far. Two very strong results. He's looking to maybe add another strong midfield one here today as he looks to overtake Andric Passer at the inside of Hawthorne. No can do through there though. Although he's getting much closer, isn't he? On the run down now through towards Sterling very shortly. Out they go, yeah, Sterling the next corner, and that's where the incident appeared just a couple of moments ago. And Luke Sky is trying to pin his car maybe a bit closer to Andre as they go through the final corner, out of clear ways, and he hits the rear wing, and Andre again saves it. And this man's car control today can only be rivaled to someone like Ayrton Senna. Absolutely flawless in the way he handles that car, but now Luke Sky darts up the inside of paddock. Andre sweeps across faster than a dog chasing a bone. So now, because of this though, with Luke Sky's failed attempt at overtaking Andre Passer, it's now having a bad effect on anxiety, who runs very right there. Always went straight on at clearways. Frankie and Cortese round out your next three drivers in order, but Andre Passer right now is under once again a lot of pressure from the very aggressive Luke Sky AT, who's not really shown any sign of letting up in recent. Oh, now Luke is trying to get a slipstream again down into paddock. He's had a much better run in the draft. Sweeps to the inside. Oh, he's made that very clean. It looks beautiful into paddock, and he's secured the move with the cherry on the cake. Luke Sky up to 6th. Andre down in 7th. Good move there for Luke Sky. So Luke now up to 6th, demoting Andre Passer down to 7th. We've got about 13 more laps of racing here to go at Brands Hatch, with Shadow Bounty taking a massive 1 minute 24 lead out of Jamie 1 since the first corner. Stuntman Mike 2 in 3rd, Sean 24 in 4th, and Blue Fatality rounding out your top 5 at the moment. So Shadow, Jamie, Stuntman, then Sean, Blue Fatality, Luke, Andre and Anxiety, your top 8. As we are over the most important stage of the race now, it should be a case of just trying to bring the car home. And a big moment there for Andre again, and now Anxiety maybe trying to do what Luke Sky did. They're both on the grass, and Anxiety's had out of a run, he's hit him! And I'm not too sure that was intentional, they were both on the grass. I don't think he can be penalised for that. Andre Passer gets the car turned around just on the edge of Paddock Hill and rolls it down. As Cortese sweeps round the outside and takes a position, so Andre down to 10th, but they both were on the grass and it was a big slipstreaming moment. And it just wasn't meant to be. And now Frecchionera's going to ask it, drew it. That's coming out of Graham Hill Bender, beg your pardon. He's gone way off into the distance there. That's where Cortese went off earlier on. Now, unless he's planning on going to the commentary box to say hello, I think he's gone the wrong way there. And gets his car pointing back in the right direction. And now heads in towards Hawthorne Corner. But my goodness me, what an opening 3 quarters of the race we've seen so far, and hopefully the last quarter is just as exciting here at Brands Hatch in the heart of the United Kingdom. But you cannot ask for a more entertaining race at Brands than this. A circuit, as we say, which usually provides very close racing, has done exactly the same here today, proving to be a true chore in getting drivers to make their way through the undulating circuit with many difficult corners to navigate your way through. But still only 2 retirements of AG06 and Weebles full. So I reckon there's another story to be told here. Are we going to keep the same attrition rate, or is there maybe going to be only 2 DNFs? That'll be a fantastic achievement for the drivers here today, especially considering all of the crashes and spins we've had. True dedication by the drivers, obviously putting their championship first. They don't want to get angry, they just want to cross the line and get some big points. And now Luke over the line in 6th, a 1:12.9. So Luke Sky 80 is lapping quick. These cars getting lighter now. This is where Shadow Bounty's going to start falling. Now let's just see what his lap's like, unless he gets even quicker. I'll take it back. He's got even quicker, a 1:11.5. Okay, so nothing to worry on that front of things. As Shadow Bounty just storms his way through Druids. So Shadow Bounty, he's just absolutely flying. I've never seen a driver run so well to the extent where he looks like he's on a low tank of fuel for this amount of time without a single mistake since the days of Asa Acola. And Asa since then, of course, has gone on to much bigger and better things in the world of simulated racing, and I'm hoping we see him back again here very soon. Here comes Shadow, then Jamu. Bit of a run there for Stuntman as well. Sean with a 1:13 flat, so he's getting there. Stuntman Mike a 1:12.4, so he's definitely catching Jamu in second. So that could be a late fight indeed. And now Stuntman looking maybe a little bit more abrasive towards Jamu as the race is starting to come to an end here. But Shadow Bounty, I'm just watching this man drive, and I know this is supposed to be radio commentary, and the whole point of radio commentary is that there's commentary, but this man blows my mind. I'm speechless as to how well he's driving. It is so smooth, so concise. There's no rigidness in the wheel. There's no fighting it or forcing it round like an aggressive Ayrton Senna sort of lap. It is so smooth, so vivid, and it just looks absolutely marvellous. For a car this difficult to control as well, it just makes it seem absolutely effortless. Shadow Bounty making this look easy as he approaches lap number 33 of 40. So over the line he goes, and lap 33 underway with a 1:11.441. Even faster than the lap before. The line he goes, and lap 33 underway with a 1. But now Stuntman Mike through the final corner, as we said he was gaining on Jamie a couple of moments ago. Now this is second and third, 8 tenths apart at the moment. Let's see if it's going to be a very late twist in the tail on this one, because Jamie I don't think can hold on for 7 more laps. Stuntman Mike has just been over and over. Almost to the inside of Druids. Oh, he hits him! Jamu spins out. Stuntman immediately pulls over. Very good driving there. So, Stuntman might be very respectable, and I think he's going to allow Jamu to come back past. At least I suspect so. If he doesn't, though, even now, we've got Stuntman Mike second, Jamu after the incident. Then there's Sean 24, who's 3 seconds away. Blue Fatality is only another 3. This is sensational. We're going to see a 4-way battle for second place with just 7 minutes to go also. .441. Even faster than... So just watching how close these cars are getting, I think the main battle is going to be Jamu and Stuntman Mike. It wouldn't surprise me if Stuntman Mike did let that go through. He hasn't yet let Jamu back through. If he doesn't, I think there may be a bit of post-race controversy. So only time will tell how that goes down. But Shadow Bounty making it look like he's in an LMP1 class, and the other drivers are in GT4. He's lapping that quickly. It's absolutely sensational. I've never seen a performance quite like this, to be brutally honest with you. It has been brilliant from start to finish. But I think also while we're on the topic of LMP1, from everyone here at Simraceway, I think we do want to take time to thank our partners, Team Audi, the club team WRT, which took a nail-biting finish victory at the Spa 24 hours earlier today. So an absolutely brilliant race for them. Audi back at the top again, another victory and another trophy in the cabinet from everyone here at Simraceway. Massive congratulations. And we hope you enjoy the podium celebrations and have a safe flight home, because you thoroughly deserve it. And after 24 hours of racing around one of the world's most glamorous circuits, you thoroughly deserve to be on the top after some of the incidents that we saw. And I hope that the drivers involved in the crashes earlier on in the race do get seen to. I know a lot of them are in hospital, and I really wish them for speedy recoveries. But so, we're going to have 5 laps left of racing. At this stage then, Shadow Bounty over the line, lap 36 of 40 and a 1:11.1. He just knows no limits. Shadow Bounty is just literally leaving trails of fire around Brands Hatch. Absolutely remarkable. Stuntman Mike second, Jamie third, Sean in fourth, Fatality fifth, Luke Sky in sixth, Axvarti seventh, Fracchionera eighth, Andre in ninth, 10th place is Ken's, 11th Cortesian out of the race, Lounger 12th, Weebles 13th, and Axvarti 14th. So I think I did jinx it when I said that we would have a very low attrition rate here today after the first 2 drivers. The drivers have naturally started to drop off as the race has gone on. Shadow, Mike, Jamie 1, Sean 24, Blue Fatality and Luke Sky are top 6 at the moment. And he's almost 2 minutes clear over the rest of the field. Over the line he comes again. Let's just watch the lap time. I'm having more fun doing this than watching 1:11.4 that time round. So Shadow Bounty a little bit slower. But nonetheless, I don't think he needs to worry about being a little bit slower now, considering he's now 2 minutes and 6 seconds in front of Stuntman Mike. He's already given himself a bit of an advantage over Jamie. Sean 24, 3 seconds away. Blue Fatality, a further 3. Luke Sky about 8 behind them. Axvarti running a very lonely 7th, so big result to be fair. Finishing in the top half of the A race after winning the B race. Normally you expect the A race winners to be between about 10th and 14th, but a big result there for Axvarti. And it's nice to see that 2 races in one night, those inconsistencies seem to have escaped him at long last. All of the things that plagued him and tied him down have finally set him free, and Axvarti can put in some big performances now. The Blue Fatality, Sean and Jamie still could be catalysts in this. And now this is a sight that I don't think any of us expected we'd see again. Shadow Bounty's lapped the entire field once. He's about to do it again now. He's just approaching the tail end of the top 5. He's 2 minutes and 17 seconds in front of Blue Fatality. So let's just see what Shadow can do then. A few more moments, 3 more laps until it's the end of the race. Can he lap the field again? That's his challenge now. Can he lap the field twice over? And Stuntman Mike goes over the start-finish line in second. He does a 1:12.0, so eventually getting closer, but too little too late, I'm afraid. Sean 24, a 1:12.4. And here comes Shadow Bounty to start the penultimate lap, and sets an electric time of a 1 minute 10.804. Shadow Bounty is literally tearing the track piece of tarmac by piece of tarmac at a time. I've never seen dominance like this before. in all of my Simraceway commentary career. Then it's Stuntman Mike. Then it's Jamie 1. And then Sean 24 and Blue Fatality in 4th and 5th. With still a lap and a half of racing left to go, I cannot believe the extent to which Shadow Bounty has been able to pull away and control this race from start to finish. I've not seen a dominating performance like this ever before in Simraceway. So now then, we've got to take a look at Shadow Bounty because he's just started his final lap of the race. And I know there may very well be battles, let's say, developing throughout the rest of the field, especially between 2nd and 3rd. But there's no other man we can follow with radio commentary into the finish because he deserves it. Absolutely sensational. You cannot applaud this performance enough. Through Hawthorns he goes, just a few more corners away. He's going to lap Luke Sky again at this stage. This is fearless driving from Shadow Bounty. And never before have I wanted to physically stand up and clap for a driver after winning a race. We thought this was going to be interesting. We thought there were going to be close battles. But Shadow Bounty has made this interesting for a whole other set of reasons. This has just been absolutely brilliant. Past the VIP box. Past the pit lane entrance, Shadow Bounty has absolutely decimated the field to claim round 3 of the GP Anniversary Championship. A stunning drive, arguably drive of the season for any driver. Stuntman Mike is now going to try and finish a long way back to claim 2nd position. There's still a little bit of work to do there. And then Stuntman just comes out of the final corner now then to take 2nd place. A little bit behind our race leader, but that won't matter. Stuntman Mike goes out of the final turn, over the start-finish straight, and he will take the final 2nd position. He goes. Brilliant drive there for Stuntman Mike, actually. Very well deserved. Jamie takes 3rd. Sean 24 will take 4th place. Blue Fatality will take 5th. Luke Sky 80 takes 6th place. And it's going to be Anxiety that's going to take 7th in front of Frekinara in 8th. Ken's 27 in 9th. Andre Passer 10th. And G Cortese out of the race in 11th. Lounger 12th. Weeblesful 13th. AGO 6th in 14th. So a fantastic drive indeed by Shadow Bounty. We'll run through the results one more time. Shadow Bounty wins. Stuntman Mike 2nd. Jamie 3rd. Sean 24 4th. Blue Fatality 5th. 6th place Luke Sky, 7th Anxiety, 8th place Frekinara, 9th place Ken's, 10th Andre Passer, 11th Cortese, 12th Lounger, 13th Weeblesful, and 14th AGO6. As ever, a massive thank you to our events manager Corsacco for putting this all together. Another fantastic car and track combo. To our cameraman Pedro Ramos, who unfortunately had a bit of issues again here today. But nonetheless, a great job indeed. To all of the racers who've put all their time and effort into practice for these events and to bring on these simply stunning weekends of racing that we see week after week after week here in Simraceway. And finally, to all of you guys watching at home who've made this broadcast what it is. Simply sensational weekend of racing. If you want to get involved, head over to simraceway.com. Or if you want to go over to Twitter and get involved, just use @SimRaceway on my personal Twitter @LiamJenkins21. From myself, Liam Jenkins, I'll see you next week for the final round of the GP Anniversary Championship. Thanks, mate. Real shame about the broadcast, so I hope you get it all sorted. Yeah. No, well, fingers crossed we can get there. I mean, like, obviously, it's just a case of like eliminating all the different problems now, isn't it? And just trying to narrow down to what it could be. Yeah. No, I mean, to be fair, I used to have loads of problems with my internet for about a year. It was horrible. But then once you get it done, you do feel like obviously really happy and everything. So, yeah. That's all right. I'm sure. Honestly, I think everything will be fine next week. Just don't get too like down about it, if you know what I mean. Just like try and move on from it because we all have problems. We all have bad days.